Alright, out here doing this Tundra brake upgrade, putting on these Tundra 13WL. Is that right? Yeah, 13WL calipers. Got these from Power Stop Performance, whatever it is, Power Stop brake. This is the rotor. So most of you guys, if you're going to do this, you already know how to take the tire and wheel off. More than likely, you know how to take the caliper off, remove the brakes and whatnot. Removing the caliper, this bolt here, this bolt here, and then you have to crack your brake line loose. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Also, you'll end up trimming here at another place. I'll show that here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and take this caliper off and pull the rotor. Stand by. Alright, so I got the caliper off. A lot of people do the braided lines. I probably should have done that this go around. I can come back and do it later, but I will probably do that eventually. Pulling your rotor off, not too bad. I'm one-handing this while I video. The reason I'm videoing is because I look for a video for these specific brakes. This came disassembled, and I wasn't sure how this went, so I just kind of did some common sense and figuring out exactly how this piece went on. And if you work for Power Brake or you guys have put one of these together, comment, let me know if this is right or not, because I don't know. But anyhow, yeah, that's what I did. So what I'm going to do now, I'll throw the new caliper or the new rotor on. It's dummy proof. Front side passenger, or front passenger side. So put that on. Alright, actually I'm going to take that off because I'm going to trim here. Because what happens is when you put the new calipers on, it hits the top and bottom here and here. So what I did on the other side, I trimmed it to about here down, and then I'll do the same thing from about here out to there. So I'll do that right quick. Alright, so I trimmed this piece off. Yeah, this piece off here. And all I used were tin snips. Pretty simple. Alright, so now I'll put the rotor on, and I will disconnect the brake line and do a kind of a hot swap, disconnect it from there, and as quick as I can connect it to the new caliper, just to try to reduce loss of brake fluid. Huge tip, I used PB Buster on this fitting and the 2 bolts about 3 hours ago. Let it sit. Alright, so I got the caliper on, and what I'll do is I'll crank that down. I'll tighten that up once I get it on the rotor. Alright, so I got this set up here, and what I've had to do, and I've noticed one big difference in the two is this ear here is thicker than this one. So what happened was, when I threaded in my bolt into here, there was about 1/8 inch sticking out from the shoulder. So this is probably not the safest thing, so don't take my advice. I will find out if it works. Double stack 2 washers on the bolt to take up for that, so I could get it good and tight in here. So I don't know if anybody else has had that issue, but I did. So anyway, I'll crank this down, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, so everything's tightened down. So you can see a double stack, those washers there and there. Calipers look neat, rotors look neat. So once I put the tire back on, which is pretty much where I'm at now, this is a super simple job to do. You know, yeah, so once I put the tire back on, I'll bleed my lines. So I'll start with my passenger rear, hit driver rear, passenger front, driver front, and then after I do that, I'll bed my brakes. I'm not 100% how to do that. I'll have to read up on it, but I mean, I have an idea. So, and I mean, I understand the concept because I have changed brakes before. So, but here's the size comparison from old to new. Quite a bit of difference. So you get more surface area. The rotors are a little bit larger than the old factory rotors, or OEM rather. So anyway, I hope this video helps. I know I had a lot of questions, so I'm sure I'm not the only one out there looking how to do it, or at least install these Power Stop brakes. Yeah, got these off Amazon, 390 bucks. Came with the caliper, the rotor, and the pads. So, I mean, everything you need, one-stop shop. I didn't want to go to a junkyard and pull one off an old Tundra, so I just figured I'd start from brand new. All right, that's it. Later.